and the Detroit Lions.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. Now, this defense for the Lions, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield, but all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to 1st down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a 1st down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. A nice little juke. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Following the fumble recovery, Willis. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game.
Early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Myles Jack there to make the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely. Nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over.
Jameson Williams and the Lions get set for this next possession.
There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because, you know, all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown.
Kyle Pitts.
Touchdown.
And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
To throw is Fields.
Flushed out right. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered it. Time to deny him the 1st down yardage, but it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside, but he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
3rd and 2, Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago 1st. Fields. Able to hit his target, Claypool.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards, the final tally. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The rushing numbers for Pollard last week.
17 carries, 100 yards on the nose, and a score.
A great week last week, and a game that we will all look back on and say was one of his best of the season. We're not seeing games above 100 yards as much as we used to, so seeing one always leaves you excited, especially to see how you can build on it the following week.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Trying to run forward with Pollard.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Oh, the option left is Fields.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And this is one of the dangers of letting your quarterback run the football. Now, look, he goes through ball security drills just like a running back does, but most of the time the quarterback swings the ball away from his body, and in traffic, sometimes they forget to protect it.
Following the fumble recovery, Willis.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Willis will look to throw on 1st down.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this: I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this 1st down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in.
And in for the Lions, touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor from 8 yards out. And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Chicago offense set to get started.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 27,
Fields. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On second down, Montgomery.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 43. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he's got it to about the 40.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Now it's Fields. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster.
And he will have the Bears first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Fields on first down.
He'll find Smith-Schuster again.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. To the air again, Fields. Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
From the gun, here's Fields.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
Here's Fields.
He's got it. Touchdown, Bears.
Cole Kmet.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bears are able to cut into that deficit.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Boswell good with the extra point, and he'll cut the lead to 21-7. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told.
And it was all capped off by Cole Kmet with a touchdown catch. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
He'd been having a good day so far, but I think he got a little overzealous on that one. Still young in this league. Has to learn to try not to do too much on an individual play because, as we all know, sometimes less is more. And throwing away is preferable to making the big mistake.
Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard.
He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Chicago! Tony Pollard, 41 yards.
And the Bears have got it back to within a score.
Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover it? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Boswell for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Phillips now from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Willis. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
That's going to be caught by Pitts. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. And what I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Well, the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. On first down, Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Out of the gun, Fields.
Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Back to throw, Fields.
Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
From the 50, here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, it's Fields. Swinging this out for Pollard. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Boswell's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And it's the Panthers who are out in front. Terrace Marshall, a touchdown catch in that first half. Next, we'll take the trip north to the Steel City to check on the Steelers at home in Pittsburgh. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. The Browns trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So here are the Lions to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
On first down, Willis.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Second down throw coming by Willis.
Forced out to his left. And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to a halt. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
To the air on first down. Here's Willis. That's caught by Gabriel Davis.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And it's intercepted.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Fields now to throw.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Myles Jack with a sack.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
They'll drop this underneath to Pollard.
And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
2nd down, here's Willis.
Steps away to his left.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
They go play action with Willis.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jameson Williams.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays.
And it was Jameson Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Khalil Herbert to return it from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
Now Fields.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback. That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Detroit back in possession of the football. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
On the move past the 40, and he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down at the 25-yard line.
A big play there for Detroit. 49 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
Glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year,
as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Fields throw there, complete to Mooney. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now a give running left with Montgomery. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Here's Pollard. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Fields. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled him a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
And he will have the Bears first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held him.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Amon-Ra St. Brown and the rest of the Detroit Lions getting set for another series here.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Following the fumble recovery, Willis. Now he'll let it go deep right side.
Willis throws another interception, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
The young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
On 1st and 10, Fields. And finding the tight end, Wilson. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw again on 2nd down, Fields. And this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Fields. And that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Well, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. And this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
On 3rd down, it's Willis. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
1st and 10, it's Willis.
And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man complete. It's Taylor. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Again, Willis to throw.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Lions are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Chicago offense set to get started. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here's Fields.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Brooks.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. On second and very short, Fields.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Here's second and 10 now from the 35.
To throw is Fields.
And incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Again, Fields going deep to the end zone for Juju.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Well, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
To the air on first down. Here's Willis.
He's got a man complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And His throw's going to be incomplete.
Cole Kmet, the intended receiver.
And that takes us from second to third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on third down, Fields.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Detroit's offense ready to take over. But they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
That's caught inside the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Badgley on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Chicago offense set to get started.
They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Fields.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
2nd and 10. Fields again.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now it's Fields.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football.
He's got a man, complete. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Detroit, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll return home now.